Welcome to HR Tech Chat Podcast. I'm your host, Jennifer Dole. Get ready for an insightful conversation and cutting edge discussion at the intersection of HR and technology. Today, we're going to dive into building meaningful relationships in the workplace, wherever that may be. And my guest is Kim Slowik, a talent acquisition powerhouse with a proven track record in building successful careers. She's worked for industry leaders like PTC and Johnson & Johnson, State Street Global Advisors, Oxford Health Plans, VMware. Her expertise spans across all areas of business. But honestly, it's her genuine connection with people, her ability to forge lifelong relationships, and her unwavering commitment to individuals and companies that truly sets her apart. Welcome, Kim.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me too. I'm so excited to talk to you. It's been a while. We worked together 20 years ago, and it's only recently. I mean, we've always kept in touch and, sent that Christmas card and things like that. But it was just recently that I posted on social media on LinkedIn about how my position had been eliminated at VMware, and you reached out to me. So I was so excited. We just had a conversation. You were telling me about your podcast, and I was like, this is amazing. Decided to get together and have a conversation.
I know. And I've always admired in you your ability to build relationships with people and weave their life into your life and really help people find meaningful careers that's really aligned to what they want to do. And the cool thing is that you're not doing that with technology. You're really focused on the relationship. And I think that's one of the challenges that we have today is we've got all this technology that does work for us, but we can't let go of that human connection. And you are so good at that, Kim.
Oh, thank you. I really believe I love technology. I think it's great. It definitely, we have so many tools out there, especially for recruiting, where we can, get in there and filter and find the, exact experience that we're looking for, and filter all that down and find like the perfect candidate on paper. But that's the thing, it's on paper. It's like it will never go away. I feel like that human interaction where you need to, speak with the candidate, and you need to find out, what's most important to them. What are they looking for in their career? And that's kind of like what I do, what I remember the most. It's like you have that conversation, you talk to them, you find out, you really listen, you remember, and you keep in touch, and you just build that relationship, whether they're hired at that point or in the future. I remember them. So yeah,
that's it right there. Recruiters are hiring to fill a particular job, but you really get in and say, like, what is your career? And what are your aspirations? And having that long-term perspective makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for the candidate and also for the company, think about it. If you are hiring, for a particular role, and what that candidate's aspirations are. I mean, that company has that person. You have internal mobility. You have your perfect candidate right there. So yeah. And then also, I mean, the candidates, they feel heard. I mean, you're listening to them, and you have that connection, and you're building that relationship. And I mean, honestly, I get so many referrals. I've had people that if you do, the whole secret is you do your job well. And then once you do your job, and people see that you know what you're talking about and you know everything about the position, and you can explain that to them, and they, if they don't get the job, then I provide them feedback on why they didn't get the job and what they need to do to get it next time. I've had candidates say, oh, you know what, the guy that I work with has those skills, and referred them to me, and they've gotten the job. You know what I mean? So it's all about caring about people, really, and relationships. So
yeah. And we've talked a little bit about the candidate relationship, but relationships also extend to the hiring manager, right? It's getting to know them and what they're looking for and their style.
yeah, everyone has different styles, and it's really just kind of, like I said, first off, it's like, you have to be good at your job. You have to do your job. People want to know, when I first speak with the hiring manager, I say, I tell them what I do, what my role is, how I'm going to help them. And then basically it's real simple to me. It's like, here's my job, do my job, and make sure that I, communicate clear, concise communication, because as you know, with hiring managers, I have to do my job, but there's things that I rely on them for also. And it's like, you need to tell them, they want to hear what do you need from me? And you need to say that, you need to get that information to them quickly, so that it's not 2 weeks and they're like, why haven't you filled this job? I'm like, oh, I'm waiting on you. No, like, tell them right away, be direct, be kind, direct. And then, it's all about being able to work together and form that relationship. And then what happens is they know that you're gonna, you're honest, you're direct, you have communication skills, you can get the job done, and then you build off of your reputation. They know, that you're, and there's no, you avoid a lot of unnecessary issues that come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These things that you're describing, it just doesn't seem like technology replaces that.
Yeah. I mean, technology, it's great. I mean, but see, with technology, there's so much more information, like people with this AI and chat GPT, and it's like, am I looking at your resume, or did you just have this typed up? You know what I mean? So that's where it's like, you need to talk to the candidates. You need to, like I said, they might look like the perfect fit on paper, but then you speak with them and you're like, oh, you don't. So many times it's like, oh, you just, gone through training on this tool, but you really don't know it. And that's, or there are positions where, even in technology, it's like, maybe you're a technical support manager and you don't have to be into the nitty gritty. You have to know all the technology and be completely up to date on it, but you need to have other skills. Well, I mean, those are things that you can't always just type in to pull up and filter, those soft skills. You know what I mean? So,
right.
So it's like, and you have to be the fit for the, that's really where, like, here's the company, here's the team, here's who they have on the team, what, where are their strengths, weaknesses, what do you need? Who do you need? Who's the ideal candidate for that role? And that really is a matter of speaking with the hiring manager, speaking with people on the team, getting the feel for, being a human, talking to them and just saying, hey, what do you have going on here? And this person's going on parental leave, or this person, what are we looking for? Where's the gap that we need to fill to have that perfect team for you?
Right. So, I mean, what you just said about like the team experience as well, it's hiring for that team. Like if we were hiring for a sports team, right? Recruiting for a sports team, we'd be looking for offense and defense and players with skills, but also players that fit into this team and like this coach. And it's no different in work.
Exactly. So it really is, see, that's the thing. It's like personality, like you're, by asking certain questions, you're listening for what they say, but you're also listening for what they don't say, if that makes sense. And so knowing your audience and what exactly you're looking for, that's where the skill comes in,
Yeah.
to identify that.
So what types of technologies have you used in your process?
Well, first of all, the applicant tracking system. You can filter, a lot of people apply, you can filter through their skill set, right? I use LinkedIn Recruiter, not only to, you post jobs and candidates will reach out to you, but I use that. I really like the idea of, being a brand ambassador for your company. It's like you are, what I do is I use LinkedIn to, to post, really to promote the company and to promote the benefits and the type of, values that the company stands for, to find the candidates that are the right fit, that to get them interested, So it's not just about, posting a position and waiting for candidates to apply. Like I go out there and seek those passive candidates that would be the perfect fit. So, there's also using LinkedIn Recruiter to, obviously to go in and to find candidates and filter candidates and all of that. But you can do technology. I mean, it's so different now. It's like you can set up campaigns, like they have Beamery where you can set up, marketing campaigns and you can keep in touch with candidates and keep them warm, as they say, seek out, there's so many different types of ways to go in and to find candidates now. But it's funny because I really, lean into the candidates that I've already placed. I ask for referrals, and there's companies always have, employee referral bonuses.
Yes, they do.
Like
Yeah.
So it's like it's a win-win for everyone. And I mean, so many different ways of finding candidates, but in general, like I would say the searching for passive candidates using LinkedIn is usually where is my go-to.
Yeah. Now, I mean, we've already disclosed we've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
And even before some of this technology was available to us, how hard or easy was it for you to adopt the technology into your work processes?
Well, I mean, here's the thing with technology, everything is faster and wider reach, So I love writing. So, I mean, creative writing is like one of my hobbies. So that's something that, it's easy for me to kind of connect people through, through just emails and things like that. So that's what happens now. It's like you text people, you get an immediate response. You email, they respond. Whereas it used to be, calling people and then it's like you miss their call and then they miss your call and then they see a number, they don't know what the number is and all of that. Now it's just pretty much like, hi, I'm Kim, this is what I'm doing. Here's what I want to talk about. Do you have any interest? And then, but it's a little bit like what's hard is I think of, from the candidate's point of view, you're always like, tell me everything and then I'll let you know if I think it's important. But you can't, it's a sales job too. It's like you can't give away everything. Otherwise they're not going to call you back. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's kind of a little bit like that. But yeah, I mean, also it's like, it's so fast too, because it's like, if you email someone, they email you right back, they're interested, here's my Calendly, book an appointment with me, they book an appointment, you talk to them. After that, it's like, okay, you know what, you'd be a good fit. And then you send them along and they go through the process, everything moves quicker. And then you move through, I tell them like, I'm your person, you talk to me, I'll let you know what's going on. And then you have to, of course, do your job, follow up. I say to them, if you may not be, everything happens in recruiting. So they might not be the person that gets the job. come back to me. I'll tell you why you didn't get it. You know what I mean? You could be better. And then we go from there. And that really helps because people appreciate that, you know?
Yeah. I mean, what I heard you just describe was the technology speeds you to that conversation, right? You've got a broader reach, a faster approach, but it still brings you to that human conversation where you need to have develop those meaningful relationships.
Yeah.
What do candidates think about technology in recruiting?
I feel like I mean, we've disclosed this already, so I've been doing this for a long time. Like, people used to call me, you form that relationship with them. I formed the relationship with all my candidates. So people feel comfortable with you and they trust you. So they would call all day, like, hey, I know you haven't probably heard yet, but can you let me know? I'm like, yeah, absolutely, I'll let you know. I think that takes up a lot of your day, so now I think that it's a little bit easier because people will email me or text me and say, like, have you heard anything? And I can get right back to them and say, no, you'll be the first person to know when I do hear, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can get right back to them. So people just want to be heard. They want to know something. And so I tell them, even if there's not anything to tell them, I tell them, I don't know yet. You know what I mean? Like, that's why you're not hearing. So
yeah. I mean, looking for a new job and having the interviews is very disruptive to a person.
Oh yeah.
And, it is top of mind for them and their family all the time.
Yeah.
And, as a recruiter, it's, top of mind for you too, but not always.
Yeah. I mean, with that, it's like, for my whole career, what I try and do and try and be really good at is just empathy and like putting myself in that other person's shoes. I mean, that's really all it is, Most people are so similar and most people are just trying to get by. You know what I mean? Like they just need a little kindness and I feel like that's what works.
I love that you brought empathy into this conversation. I talk a lot about it. And I talk a lot about balancing efficiency that technology brings us with empathy and still having that kind of human element to everything. Because if you prioritize efficiency over empathy, people burn out.
Yeah.
People, quit the race. And if you put empathy over efficiency, then your company might be struggling. But it's really about both of those things. And technology can come in and help augment what we're doing, but we still need people.
Yeah. And I think people know that, you know what I mean? But it's just finding the right balance. Like, people love technology. It's great. But it's just like when you with kids, when you're like, don't be on social media all day. That's not really what goes on. And it's like the even balance. Like, and it's also figuring out, what works, what doesn't work. And everyone's just trying to figure it out, So,
yeah. And with the speed of technology these days, no one's got it all figured out because you blink your eyes and it changes.
Exactly. I was going to say, once you think you're like, oh, this is so good, then you're like, oh, it changed. I got to learn a new system. We're not doing this anymore. Our process changed, so that's just the way it is. So I think being able to just roll with it all the time and just honestly keeping a sense of humor. It's like, so we changed again. Okay. Now this person's reaching out to me on LinkedIn. All right. What's my phone's ringing, so it's just like crazy.
I know. And if you think about like the speed of change 20 years ago, we were like, whoa. Now we're just like, oh yeah, it's just going to change more.
Yeah. You just have to get used to the change. So
yeah,
but
exactly.
the whole thing is just like what it all boils down to is just caring about people, wanting to be good at your job, rolling with it, and then just building rapport with people is everything. Because I mean, that's how I get my job done. Like, ask people when you don't know how to do something, you know, talk to people, remember things about them, like, oh, she's gonna pick up for me because she gets in early, or you know what I mean? Just like those little human things that that's how you find it out, just having a relationship, you know, that's how it all comes together.
So I think we can summarize this conversation in complete alignment that technology is not going to replace people. Technology is needed for that efficiency, that speed, that broad reach, but it's the meaningful relationships that's like the icing on the cake, that empathy. And that's what attracts candidates to organizations. It's what makes recruiters like you so incredible, because you have these meaningful relationships within your workplace, within the candidate pool, and within a lifetime, right? It's really about just keeping people connected and helping them, you know, meet their goals and move closer to their dreams.
Yes, yes. I know it. And I mean, think about it. It's so great. I feel so fortunate to be able to, you know, have an impact on people's lives. Like this is their careers. So I mean, it's just something that I love to do. And I think, I mean, I'm glad it's not going away. I'm glad that the meaningful relationships are not going away.
Yeah.
I really do. I completely agree that technology is great and it serves its purpose, but I think that, like you said, you need the human touch.
Yep. Yeah. Well, Kim, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a wonderful conversation. I think this is a different perspective than we usually offer, which is all about technology. But this is really the balance. So thank you.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed it.
All right. Take care. Thank you, everyone.